So this year there's a lot of new faces trying to get that first dub. You get this like sensation that it's your time. And if they all have that feeling, then it makes for very entertaining results. And we see Ezra, we see Evan, and they all have that drive and that want to get there. So that's going to be really tough for the veterans to hold off. Ezra Aderhold being in the lead, you know, the last time he was on the lead card was Cascade, and it was a very forgettable lead card for him. He's got to obviously learn from that.
Calvin's the king of looking mediocre and still being in the mix. I'll never figure it out. I never understand how he does it. He's so gifted that his mistakes are just mere setbacks. For him, it's win or nothing. Ezra is always a danger. Now that he's got the monkey off the back with the early season win at the Supreme Flight Open, to get that pressure off your back, it really opens up your game. And it allows you to really go freely and make decisions based on winning again as opposed to like not ruining it.
I think that his mentality matches up well with his whole game. Like, he's very smooth and he's very methodical, but I don't see him getting too ahead of himself. I don't see him like kind of beating himself up, and I think that bodes well for somebody learning to win. So somebody like that I think is really dangerous, somebody who can really stay within themselves.
Anyone can win this thing, just because anytime you have a finishing stretch like we have here at Pickard Park, you never know what's going to happen, and the pressure is going to get to somebody. I really think it's going to be an awesome finish. Hello and welcome to the final round front nine coverage of the 2025 Discmania Challenge, presented by TrueBank. BigBarri commentary, bringing you the final action here in Indianola, Iowa. I am very excited for today's round.
Hey man, I'm in that same boat with you. I mean, we got some firepower up at the top, and it's going to be very, very close. You go all the way down to third card, people are within striking distance, let's just say. And we could take a look at that leaderboard right here.
Yeah, up to third card, I think there was a 5-stroke difference between first place. Yeah, Jaden Rye and Isaac Robinson, 5 back, and they're on third card. Even Gavin Babcock, Mason Ford, Aaron Gossage, I mean, those guys are all in the mix.
Absolutely.
It could even potentially go all the way down to fourth card. It's just a day like this where the scoring can be low. The winds are a little bit down, the temperature's down a little bit, and we've avoided all the storms that were potentially lurking in the area. This could be a very exciting round. We've got some newcomers on the lead card, just hoping to make a splash here.
Leading us off, having a stellar day yesterday, and currently 20 under par, sponsored by Discraft, Squatch, and OTB from Aberdeen, South Dakota. Let's make some noise for Ezra Aderhold.
So he's going to take this disc and just try to throw it right in between those two mandatories right in front of him. Stable disc, get the height right, and then he'll have about 350 to 300 foot into the green.
You already know how he's going to play it. So far, you're very accurate.
Thank you.
He really threw it perfect yesterday in round 2. He was as close as you can get to that OB line.
Up next, sponsored by Innova from Safety Harbor, Florida. Give it up for Calvin Heimburg.
That's a dart. Yeah, I just don't see any of these guys really missing this gap, being on the lead card.
It's like the perfect Calvin Heimburg line.
Yeah. Sponsored by Discraft and Vesey, your 2025 DGPT Discraft Supreme Flight Open winner from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Give it up for Ezra Robinson.
Does Ezra Robinson have another title in the works today? We'll see what he brings. He has been in the mix so much over the last 2 seasons.
Beauty.
Yes, sir.
The real technical piece about this hole is the final shot, surrounded by just out of bounds everywhere.
And our final disc golfer on the tee, sponsored by Dynamic Discs and Yeet Street Discs from Raleigh, North Carolina. Make some noise for Evan Smith.
It's always fun watching Evan. We talked so much about his form yesterday and early in the season when he was on some lead cards. Very smooth, very methodical.
I'm in love with his putt.
Just like the guy's game overall.
No, I'm in love with his putt.
Mm-hmm.
I could do without that, you know? But I can't do without his putt.
Yeah, okay.
No,
The thing is, that's far enough for him to get home with that forehand.
Oh, yeah, easy.
He's going to send it here. Yam.
Short.
He's going to find the hazard area, which we haven't seen too many players find the hazard. Had all the distance, just needed a bit more width.
Ezra gets this wide enough. He's going to need a skip.
Yeah, gets the skip. Circle's edge.
Just outside, it looks like that's his spot.
Place he's been very comfortable.
It was so calm today. You can just pick your best shot from this distance and give it a go.
It's calm. At times, you kind of wanted the wind to pick up a bit because the rain that came earlier in the week, the humidity's still in the air, and it's still pretty hot and humid out here. It's not nearly as bad as it was in the first 2 rounds. Calvin, turn it over, heading towards a tree.
Stays in bounds,
Okay. That will be a tricky putt. You might have to find a line through the trees. Evan for the par. Oh, he liked it, and I did too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Calvin found
Yes.
one. Here we go. Here's a good look. Had the window.
Mm-hmm.
Tough to get the height right.
If he can get the window, his putt has so much pace behind it that he can really get lengthy putts with just a little tiny window.
First test for Ezra.
Ooh.
I think if that's higher, it doesn't go in. I think he hit it in the one spot. It looked a little left, you know, kind of bounced him up to the right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
that's very possible.
Yeah, I think that was very lucky.
Definitely not his normal pace
No.
or his normal height, one of the two.
Here you go. See, this is left. Yeah. Yeah, if that's higher, that's not in.
Yep. Good for him. Fortune's on his side. 2-shot lead over Adam Hammis, who's 6 down through 7.
That was quick. You were right about the 4th card, bud.
Yeah, he's on 4th card, isn't he?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so Adam Hammis, who dropped a hot round 12 under yesterday, seemed to find something working for him. So he's out here doing it again in round 3 in Championship Sunday. Good for you.
You know the thing with Adam too, he got penalized the first round for playing the course wrong.
What?
Yeah.
Was that on hole 12?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There was some discrepancy about Mando casual relief from a certain area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, played it from in there. Ended up being wrong.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't know anyone actually got stroked for that.
Yep. There's a good shot there from Ezra. Down the hill. All hyzer the whole way. I've seen some people leak it early, and that's just the one thing you really can't do.
Kind of rolling the dice if you hit those trees. They oftentimes can roll back down the hill OB. which is a mandatory drop zone progression.
Like this one.
Oh,
like
and
that is.
That did stay safe?
It looks like it.
Yeah, that's in the short grass. But yeah, that's playing with fire.
Mm-hmm.
Really close to a pretty penalizing drop zone. It's 400 feet. Not many players are able to get up and down from there because it's the right to left slope. Hard for a backhand to stay close. And not many people have the 400-foot low ceiling scream and sidearm that we saw from AB in round 1.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yep. See what Calvin's left with, but the other 3 are in good position.
Okay, yeah, just a little baby hyzer up here. I want to just drift it right in front of these branches on the right. That's the height. He didn't, but this is going to work. No, this is going to work. Oh, not if it does that.
I think
that's brutal. Come on. It's not supposed to skip like that. Circle's edge putt.
The way he grabbed his putter, his mini, I feel like he knew that he had that on too much angle.
Yeah, but
Where did Kevin just chuck this out of bounds? Where did this go?
I don't know.
I have no clue where this went. Or maybe he was very confident with the shot. He liked it and then just happened to hit the mulch. Speaking of hitting mulch. Little pro backspin there for Evan.
If Ezra doesn't hit the mulch, he's fine. He's like circle's edge.
Yeah. Ezra. Aderhold.
Nice.
Very well done. That's a good start. Let's see where Calvin went. I must have just hit one of the low ceiling branches right in front of him.
Oh, man.
That's not what you want. Pretty fortunate opening there for Ezra. Gave him an opportunity that he does not take advantage of.
See if we can get 2 outside the circles in a row. Sure.
That's a way to negate an unforced error with that sloppy approach.
2.
Yeah.
2 bad shots.
Right. Got away with the first and second approach not being what he wanted.
There we go. That's the pace where you see him.
Right there in the middle. And I don't know if you remember, but the Cascade Challenge, I don't think he got his first birdie until like the 14th or 15th hole.
Yeah, it was a long time.
It was difficult to watch for a guy who had the lead going into the final round. Already started the round with 2 birdies. It's a good sign.
Well, just making that putt on hole 1. I mean, that's a big time confidence boost. Oh, I can airball it and still go in. This is great. It's my day.
Exactly. Well, he's currently got a 3-shot lead on the card and on the field with Adam Hammis, who is 6 down through 8. On to the third, downhill par 3 at 320 feet. A narrow gap going through the initial hallway, and then you run into some problems here at the end of the fairway as the hole begins to turn to the right. The basket is blind from the tee, and you want to land it right around here. Get too close to that green on the backside of the basket, you can find yourself OB in a jiffy. One way to mitigate the skip is to go with a low-speed disc like Ezra's doing here.
Oh, this needs help. That's helpful.
Did that hit the bucket?
Yeah, clunk the bucket.
Did it really?
Yeah, clunky buckies.
That got there so fast. What was that, a zone?
Yes, and I've seen a few people hit that bucky.
Like, Evan's got a zipper of a forehand, and that took way longer to get there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's coming out fast.
Nobody ever knows where he throws it these days.
It doesn't matter anyways. He'll definitely run the putt wherever it is if he's got to look.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, very well thrown.
He's looking at his first birdie for the round. Slow start for him.
Yeah. This is a run. Oh, man.
That was a really good putt.
He is so aggressive with the putt. He really doesn't care. He'll send it from anywhere. There's Mr. Robinson on the board. I don't remember the last time we had 2 Ezras on the card, but I'm sure it's happened before. And that's what you're talking about right there. That smooth, slow, methodical pace. You know, when I was on the course today, I actually channeled Evan Smith on a couple of my putts.
Really?
Yep. I was like, you know what? You don't always have to rush it or make it super speedy. Sometimes just let the putter float.
Yep.
And it's something that you've adapted your putt into. Maybe not after Evan Smith, but your putt is very slow and glidey, and it hits any chain link on the basket, and it drops straight in.
That's right.
Up to hole 5 with Corey.
Very nice.
$500 CTP for the day on this hole. Nice little extra chunk of change for whoever white flag that is right there.
Any ideas who it was?
I have no idea. I don't
Same.
think that was Marweed's drive.
Ezra holding on to that 3-stroker. Adam gets another one on hole 9.
This is such a great water hole. At the right distance where it's always nice to have holes where you can give an advantage to the distance players, but it's not obnoxiously such an advantage where it doesn't feel fun. And this is a hole that, yes, of course, the extra distance gives you an advantage. You can maybe go fairway driver, but it's a hole that most players that are at this tournament can reach.
Right.
And it's a scary shot to go for. It's a lovely hole. And it's brutal when it's windy, but we haven't really been facing that much wind this week, which is nice.
Ezra came up really short yesterday. This is flipping up nicely, though. Does it have the distance? Yeah, oh yeah. That's the perfect spot, I think,
That is the perfect spot. You're 100% right. That's a great shot. He is looking so good so far.
This is going to be left. Just
If
missed
it gets
the
there.
trees.
It's got him. Okay, it does.
Yeah, that was shorter than I thought, Jerm. You're right about that.
It just comes up quick that you think you're there and it just doesn't always get there. And it's not right on the water's line. It has to be about a meter in. And this has no chance, unfortunately.
Swimming with the fishes. With AB.
You had the Nuco S round 1.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of discs in there. I can promise you that.
Not an easy drop zone, which is another kind of thing I like about this hole.
Yeah, it's not a putt. You don't get to putt your par. They used to be able to do that. Calvin could go be long, but he doesn't. He stayed safe. Yeah, it's a touchy distance. It's like you should be able to get up and down, but it's just close enough to the OB that it makes you put your drive above the hill just like that. That's a really well played approach. And Evan in a good spot to give it a good go. Puts a nice nose angle on it. He gets a lot of ride out of the long putts and can keep it online, something that Simon Lizotte is also really good at.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he got a lot of ride out of that one.
Yeah, that was not what he was looking for.
Can't airball those.
Well, when the leader comes into the event in the final round and then proceeds to birdie the first 4 holes.
Not easy holes, mind you.
Yeah, there's...
Hole 2, kind of easy. That's about it. 3's tricky.
3's tricky, yeah.
And 4's hard.
4's hard. That's going to hurt Calvin, man. The closest starter to Ezra at the beginning of the round.
He's going to be down 5 now.
Yeah, starts off 4 back to the first 4, just on the round alone.
Yeah.
It looks like he's 6 back now.
Corey, a lot of firepower in this guy. He's going to be one that's going to have his name in the hat. That's for sure.
Intense competitor.
Yep.
Plays with his heart on his sleeve at all times.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. And he must be in a great forehand position because this is a rare sighting here. It's not that he doesn't have a good forehand. It's just his backhand gets the job done. But that's about as good of an approach angle as you can get on this hole, and that approach looked phenomenal. You don't see many players get into bullseye.
No.
Usually best case scenario is about 25 feet away, and that's a great approach.
Man, he took that one into the atmosphere.
Yeah, he did. That was a high shot. Corey slides up to second place.
Switch it up to hole 5, a little island hole, 330. Over the water, you can see the hay bales on the left. If you miss to the left side of those, no good. If you're short of these white stakes, no good. There is some OB you can't see behind the basket that wraps around. Real tough to get there. Hyzers to play, sidearms to play. There's $500 CTP on this bad boy today. From Geico.
This is a Geico. Yeah, the Lizard's been out there, I think, all 3 rounds. At least today.
Holy cow, did that go through it?
Oh my gosh!
I gotta see the other angle.
What?
There we go, here's the angle.
Was this a spit out? Oh, it was right side check.
Right side.
Okay.
What a shot from Ezra.
Oh man, what a start. This guy's on fire. Look at him. He is not impressed. I mean, he's like happy, but at the same time, I love that.
He's trying to keep it together.
Keeping the focus. An ace or a near ace run, you can get that heart rate going.
This is going to be...
It's got to go. It's got to go. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, for a player like Evan, not being parked hurts the ego a bit. This is one you just want to drop in on that mulch.
All right, tricky little putt, but that's fine. Ooh, I do like this one.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, over the tree never comes into the play when this is coming down to the ground. It's a great angle. Whoa, that was so close to the ace. We haven't seen one on coverage. We've seen one on cell phones from other people, but...
Look at that putt, dude.
Yeah, it's great. More birdies today on this hole than any other day, yet it scored the hardest, only by 0.01.
Wow.
But a few more double bogeys and a few more bogeys out there than other rounds. But yeah, when 68% of the field, 75 out of 111 players are taking a 2, this is as close to a must get as there is. However, that must get does turn into a tricky little one if you miss it on the first shot. That bogey and double comes up quick.
Yeah, I had to throw from the drop zone today, first time ever. Never practiced the drop zone. Never thought I could ever miss this.
Yeah,
hole.
You don't want to. You don't even want to accept that it's possible, but it is very much possible.
Yeah.
Nathan Queen, 8 down through 10 holes to start. He's up there in the mix right now. On to hole 6, slightly right off the tee. Have to keep that drive turning over if you're going with the backhand, or just a hyzer forehand will do. From there, it's a blind Anheuser or a forehand approach around the corner with a low ceiling that makes it kind of tricky to get close, like we were saying. Corey Ellis with a great angle could go forehand into bullseye, but most players, like we mentioned before, are just trying to get somewhere around circle's edge, maybe just a bit closer.
It's going to be testing it.
That's about as good as you can throw the forehand. I mean, yeah, it's a little scary out of the hand a bit because it's wide, but it really never crossed the OB line by too much.
It was on its way to being staked.
Yeah, that's true. You don't want to bring the stakes into question. Evan doesn't even come close to the stakes here.
He has so much power, though. He can throw it high and
stall it out.
Yeah, and kind of stall it out and get through those branches. Oh, going with a kind of a neutral stability. I like that trust.
Mm-hmm. Leaves a little bit lengthy on the approach, but not too far for him to get up and down. But not a big forehand guy, so that will be a tricky shot coming up.
Wow, this is really good. Going to be on the high side.
Mm-hmm. And Calvin just going with his patented fairway driver. Never really gets too far to find OB.
I like the width. Did he have the distance correctly? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Man, that's what you're trying to do right there. It's about as good as it gets without a little skip and roll. This is such a tough shot to throw. Oh, goes inside, but doesn't fight through. It's going to be a very obstructed putt. Probably just a pitch out, honestly. There's not much of a look from in there.
He's going to try to make it.
He'll try, but there's so many places in there where you're dead to rights. You have no look.
Evan, a little deep on that one. That's seen a lot of people over there. There is a putt.
I've seen a lot of people make their putt from there,
yeah,
too.
That's true.
But it is highly obstructed. A lot of good putts are made from there. Ezra trying to get the first six. He's in decent position for it. That skip long is going to make it more than likely a straddle out. Yeah, see, there's the window.
Wow.
Good effort.
Just looks so smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Got there quick, too.
Doesn't look like he's stressed on it, which is the most important. If you can go to the putting green not stressed, it makes your life so nice.
I don't know.
I've just heard about it. I've read about it.
Never.
And Dr. Bob Bertella had a book about it.
Never, ever, ever once in my life was not stressed about a putt.
I wonder what kind of toll that's going to take on me long term.
Lots of gray hairs for me.
Oh, the perfect start comes to an end on 6 with a little bit low on the putt. That was scary.
Yeah, he's a scary guy.
I mean, you could feel the anger. I mean, like, dude, you're 5 down to 6. All right, so it's a good start. It's a great start. Sullivan Tipton on 8.
Gets it turned over. I like the height. Going to get max distance from it. Okay, he's going to have a long putt.
Yeah, it's about 45 feet coming.
Scary one, too.
It's been a great putter lately. Just been in the mix quite a bit this season. Yeah. He announced himself on hole 1. We played together round 1. He announced himself as Cannonbur's driver. It's awesome. Sully almost didn't go on tour this year. Gannon actually talked him into it. I feel like we would have been missing a great player if he didn't come on.
What's going on, guys? Hold My Bag just launched the greatest disc golf fantasy game in the universe.
Hold My Bag just dropped the best fantasy disc golf game the planet has ever seen.
I want to tell you guys about the newest disc golf fantasy game on the market.
One of my favorite parts is the Hold My Bag. This is something that we started doing, and it's actually a lot of fun.
On to 7, the Hazard Island hole. Goes uphill significantly, probably to the tune of 30 plus feet. 345 feet, plays a lot farther than that. Got to get onto the mulch to be safe, otherwise you'll be putting for a 3.
What if you get in the bricks?
Then you're putting for a 2.
And you're safe?
And you're safe. Yeah, it says it's up 29 feet. That was just a guess. Very close to being exactly right.
I don't want to.
In the mulch, so he's putting for a 2.
Still putting from a 2.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh.
You think there should ever be like a circle? Like if you're in the stones, they just pick your drive up. You're good.
No.
Sounds like that's what you're saying.
That's
bad. Ezra's in trouble. This is going to be out of. This is in the hazard area.
Yeah, missed a little circle putt on the last hole, then leaks this one left.
It's amazing how a little tiny thing can compound sometimes. Yep.
Remember when Simon almost aced this?
Yeah, that got there so fast as well. We've seen some good medal hits on our feature and lead cards so far this round or this tournament. Nothing's going to be nearly as cool as Evelina's par 4 ace in Europe this weekend, though.
Well, how about when I played with Simon today, and he hit the top dead center?
The same hole?
Yes.
All right, to save the par, it's not going to go in. And it's got a little bit left there for the bogey coming up for Ezra.
Yeah, big putt here. Get 2 on your leader.
Oh, too much nose up.
He's got work left.
Well composed. Opportunity for Calvin here to grab 3 in the last 2 holes. And that's only if Ezra makes it, which he does.
Yeah, but can you believe that? Simon, 2 medal hits on this one.
Yes. I can't believe
in
it.
the air, like.
Yeah, I think.
He goes, dang it, I thought I made the correction. I'm like, you're off by an inch, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I thought I made the correction.
What are you talking about?
2-foot correction over 345, uphill 30.
2 different winds. Like, you know what has to go right?
Dude, but thing is like that would be BS for most people. I believe Simon that he made the correction.
Well, he's trying to make it, yeah.
That's amazing. You ever seen his outtakes of the trick shots that he's done?
Yeah.
The shots that didn't go in? You know the one where the bus drives from off screen and there's a basket on top? You know how many times he spit out like 5 times before one finally stuck? And that was all in one day. You imagine the amount of times they had to drive back and forth? It's just unreal dedication. Anyways, on to hole 8, par 3, downhill 580. Not many holes in the world you can legitimately say are a real true par 3 and have that number next to it, but this is one of them. Quite reachable, very fun to throw.
Yeah, we saw Sullivan do a nice little turnover. Most of these guys are going to go right at that right side, though, and try to miss on the hyzer. This is going to be left no matter what. And in fact, with his power, you want it to sit down, and it does. There's out of bounds left.
This one drops even more than the last hole went up. This goes down 45 feet.
And there's also OB deep. So you want to get it to the right side as close as you can with a little flip.
Just need that to stay in the air. It's moving straight, though. This could be pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, you're happy with that drive. It's not perfect. It still requires a nice putt. But it was never in danger.
Yeah, a little higher and right, he's parked.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
Move left now.
No, don't worry. Don't worry about it. This guy's somehow missed right. I've never seen it,
that's
awesome. If it misses the trees, this is really, really okay. Didn't, but
Yeah.
hey, he likes that spot.
Just
He's
needed to activate the hyzer like 1% earlier.
Ezra's really good from outside the circle. So is this guy. Already made 2 this round.
And he's got 3 in a row coming into the hole and hits. Oh,
Whoa, what happened?
hey, there must have been a tree behind that tree.
Tough look here from Ezra. All the way to his right.
I didn't realize he got this close.
Oh, no. Oh, the tree.
That's a good tree.
Yeah, that's probably going out of bounds.
When you're the leader and you start to stumble a bit, it kind of feels at times like the whole world's out to get you. Missing a putt low by an inch or two and then it rolls, that's like one of those situations where you're like, is the world out to get me right now? Great putt, great birdie for Ezra, the Robinson variety. And even better drive for Evan Smith, who turns in a nice birdie putt.
Par putt.
That keeps Calvin within 3 shots.
Ezra
just 10 holes to
opening
go.
up the door. All of a sudden, he gets the first 5 and he gets a big lead and then gives it all back.
This is going to head a little bit. Oh, boy. Just watch the shot, Jerm. I did not. I mean, Sullivan Tipton's power is just next level. The way that comes out of the hand looks like it's going to be stalling and going right for everyone else, not Sully.
Go in.
Again, another ace run.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Turn. Nope. That stays in, though.
Ooh, wow. He knew that one was going to be close. Happy to see the green flag. Let's see what he does with it. You know what he does with it. It's Coriolis. Such an athlete, Sullivan Tipton, man. Smooth, compact, and has so much power in that forehand.
Ezra, even with the hiccup, still has a nice little lead. 2.
Adam 9 down through 11.
He's making a little run.
From 4th card into 2nd place.
Yeah, he's so far ahead.
He's so far ahead. It's
tough to.
It is tough.
Get excited right now.
If
he keeps it going,
this could be something to watch out for at least, just to see how close he can get.
Yeah.
'Cause that is awesome, man. He's really feeling it. The last 2 rounds, he's 21 under in the last 29 holes.
Yeah.
Oof.
So you want a little turn. This is a lot.
That's too much. That's gonna dig safe. Fortunately, he didn't have enough power to get there.
Mm-hmm. A little higher and that's out.
Totally. That's gonna hang on.
Needs the flex. Not gonna flex.
Didn't hate it out of the hand. It just needed a little bit more overstability.
Uh-oh. Maybe like Corey?
Very similar to Corey. Oh, no. Man, that looks quite safe from here. Wow.
Brutal.
Even got a little bit of help with hitting the stake, but
wow, that
looked like a Calvin Heimburg deep make for par. We've seen that story before.
Good putt. Making some putts, man. I've thrown this 6 times in the last 2 years.
Did you get in bounds today?
No.
Oh, no. Ezra for par. Yes.
Oh, beautiful
Dig deep
stroke.
there. Well done.
Outside the circle putt for Ez to save the par.
Still didn't get one in.
No, it's really tough.
Did you go forehand today at least?
No, I went backhand.
Oh.
I just keep going right, left, right. I thought I threw it perfect. Nope, red. My
Not surprised at this point.
I don't know even where to aim.
You should just have a red flag to show back to the spotter.
Yeah.
Step up. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're out of bounds too.
You're out of bounds too, buddy. Oh.
Yeah. It's just a hard hole, man.
It
really
is.
You
It's
can't
tricky.
see anything. You think you know where it is. It's uphill.
Ezra, after birding the first 5, ends up going 1 over in the next 4 and turns 4 down in the front 9, which is respectable. It's
Not
holding off
great.
the charge, but he's opened up some doors with the last 4 holes being 1 over par.
Yeah, he needs to get rid of those out of bounds. He gets rid of those, and he's got a real comfy lead going into the back 9. But you know what? Getting your first is never easy, and he's going to have to hold off a lot of guys who are trying to do the same thing he's trying to do.
I'd trade my position for his. I'm sure you would.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah. I think I would.
Yeah, he's looking all right, but it's like one of those times where, you have a couple turnovers in a basketball game and you still got the lead, but it feels like you don't.
Yeah.
But it's
Momentum.
like, if you just take a second and realize, hey, man, I got 9 holes to go. I've got the lead. Take a deep breath. We're good. We can see something special here, but the field is getting close, and this is going to be an exciting final 9.
Yep.
Thanks for watching, guys. 9 more holes here to go in Indianola, Iowa. And then it'll be off to Europe for most of us. Come back for the championship. We'll see you there.